Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Okay, we'll start. Uh, Fatima, you want to start today? Fatima, you there? Go for your update.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Today I completed the creation of epics, stories, and tasks on Jira, and I also did the VPC thing in Amazon. And I'm yet to deploy a microservice on EC2. I was checking it. So I came across a video about deploying a website, static website using the S3 on AWS. Would it be fine if I go ahead with it, sir,
Uh,
instead of an EC2
yeah, that is
on
a
a
different
S3?
exercise.
By okay,
Different exercise, but deploying is into EC2 is a different thing.
okay,
So, I mean, if you are not comfortable right now to do with EC2, then you can go ahead with S3 bucket usage.
okay. I'll do both, sir.
Yeah. So
Okay,
anyway, you have to learn both. So
okay, sir.
whichever you prefer first, you can do.
Okay, sir.
Any question for me
No, sir.
now you have?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
right. Yeah. Fatima, is it fine for you now?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible now.
Yeah, okay. Uh, so my task was to deploy a
But I think
microservice on.
voice is breaking. Maybe network is slow, something like that.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Uh, okay. So my task was deploying microservice on EC2, and I have configured my EC2 instance machine, and now I am installing all the required packages on that file. And I'm trying to configure EC2 machine such that I can access the files of my machine with Visual Studio Code because it has a clear visibility. And I had another problem that I think the microservice which I wanted to deploy on EC2 instance, um, I had to have a database, and there was some configuration in that microservice related to that database. So I was trying to configure what was that as well. I was a little confused in that file.
Okay. So, what is that confusion? You want to elaborate more?
Okay. Yeah. So the confusion I
Your
had
voice is
was
breaking
that
too much. What about others? Are you able to understand her voice properly?
No, sir. The voice is breakable.
Yeah, because it will be difficult to have the conversation. Uh, can you check your net connection and then come back again? But we will discuss whatever the issue you have. We'll discuss on that.
Is it audible now?
Yes, much better. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so I was saying that I was downloading the required dependencies into that EC2 instance which I created, but there was this one dependency related to database. I was confused in that one. So I need help in that one. because
But
there was this file in. Okay, I should I like
yeah, you can share
um
and show.
uh I have deleted that file, I guess. Yeah, I have deleted that file because I was like configuring on EC2 instance. I've downloaded that on my local machine, but I'll just tell you there was this one file which in which we had to insert our database details. It was like a new thing for me, so I was confused in like where should I enter what detail or where to retrieve that specific
When you say database details, is it
string or
a database connection URL, user ID, password kind of thing, or
Mm,
something else?
yeah, sort of those things. Yeah, like database table name or I don't know some strings as well. So I
So
was
are you
figuring
referring the
that out
GitHub
as
link
well.
which I had given you yesterday?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Fine. So you can show me offline. So set up your machine and again with that configuration and what error you are getting. Once you get that, you show me. While I'm talking to others, maybe you can try. And if you are able to
Yeah.
reproduce
Okay.
that issue, then we can take a look.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, for right now, this was the only issue I was facing. Yeah.
Sure. Josh could be. I think this is your first class today, first session. Am I calling you right? Joe Scotty, or you are being called a different name? Hello. Okay, let's me move on to Kalam.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, so yesterday you told me to attend the
Your voice is coming
Kubernetes.
very low. Can you come near mic?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, better.
Is it audible now, sir? Okay. So yesterday you told me to present the Kubernetes architecture,
Kubernetes demo. You are
cluster
ready with it?
architecture. So I am ready, sir.
Perfect. So let me
So can I share
have a
my...
no. Let me have a walkthrough with other people, and then you can go with it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, a couple of more people are there. Let me talk with them. Pavan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do you
Hello.
want to update?
Yes, sir. I was as you told that deploy my microservice application.
Huh.
Like I will use a Spring Boot microservice based Java application.
Right.
I get that source code in GitHub.
Hmm.
Uh, Deploying a Spring Boot microservice app into Amazon EKS cluster using Jenkins pipeline.
Hmm.
Yes, sir. I still on the process, sir, and working it. I did not complete it, sir.
Okay. So how is going?
Yes, sir.
Issues are coming, and you are able to explore and fix them, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. But you are not stuck up with something.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I did not complete it
So
totally.
that's fine. I mean, as long as you are able to proceed and you are able to achieve the task one by one, that is what we need.
Yes, sir.
Not
Okay,
mandatory
sir.
that you have to finish it right away.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any help you
That's
need?
uh, okay, sir. No, sir. No. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Keshava? Keshav? You are not audible, Keshav. Yeah, check your net and come back. I will move to Sanjay.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, today I created the EC2 instance for within the VPC for which I created yesterday, and I ran some of the Linux commands in the server, and then I installed Git, Java, Jenkins in the EC2 server, and now currently I'm installing all the necessary plugins in Jenkins. I'm just going through the Jenkins tool.
Okay. Okay. So you are also able to proceed step by step. You might be getting complexity and issues, but you should be able to explore and fix them. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any help you need?
Right now, no, sir. But next step, what to do, what I should do, I need
Yeah,
your
once you
guidance.
complete the deployment, you ping me that you are done. I will do.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So, guys,
Thank you.
this information is for all of you. Few people are already communicating to me directly once they are done or they are stuck up. So, feel free to do that. Whenever you are done, you can tell me. I will guide you what will be the next step. Even if you are stuck up, you don't have to wait till this meeting. You just need to message. And anyway, today is the last day of this meeting. So now the selection would happen, and then we'll create a new group, and I'll set up a separate meeting for the selected people. Okay. Sadvik, Sadvik, you there? Okay, I'll move on with Srinivas.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Sir, actually, I am absent yesterday, but I have seen half an hour ago about yesterday
Did you
video.
watch our
I will make it up
discussion?
tomorrow, sir. Yes, half an hour back ago I see.
Okay. Okay.
I will make it tomorrow, sir.
All right. Vaibhav?
Sir, and I have a doubt.
Hmm.
As if I'm a DevOps engineer, but Jira tool is used to use it for project management, no, sir.
Yes.
I think it may not be useful
It
as
will be
for DevOps
100%
and
useful.
cloud engineer.
It will be 100% useful for DevOps engineer, for everybody. Even DevOps engineer, whatever activities you do, those are managed in Jira only. All work what you do, they
Yes,
are
sir.
tracked
It's
in Jira.
the Jira tool is mainly for project management, sir. So it's mainly,
Yes, managing your work.
yeah.
Whatever work you will do, all the descriptions, all the queries, all the technical documentation, everything will be mapped in Jira.
Okay.
Your architecture designs, your DevOps code, your deployment pipeline is working or not, your automations are working or not, everything are as integrated in Jira.
Actually, the conditions are met. We can see it there, right, sir?
Sorry,
Conditions from developer, like
which
what we have
condition?
to do, like that.
That's what. Once you go through all these sessions, you will realize gradually how important it is. And when you go for interview in the companies, if they say that you have done an internship and you don't know what is Jira, then that will be a very big negative point. You are
Okay, sir.
coming
I will
out
know
from
it.
a college, they will understand. Okay, you are from college, you may not have used Jira, but anybody claims that he has done an internship, but he does not know about Jira. I mean that will really be a very big negative mark.
Yes, sir. I searched about Jira tool, but I didn't get the exact details for DevOps, like that.
No, no,
Okay, sir. I
it has
understand.
nothing to do with DevOps in that manner. Your work is managed in
Yeah.
Jira. Okay, so
That
I
is
will
mainly used
clarify
for.
you further if you want later on. Okay, but one thing you
Okay.
note it down that Jira is very important and it is not only DevOps, it is required for every team members who are working in a software development team. That involve even UX designers, your business analyst, your QA, Java developer, your backend developer, data analyst, everything. Okay, all project activities, all requirements are managed in Jira. Other tools are also there, alternative tools are also there, but Jira is most popular. 80% above companies are using Jira as of now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So if you have any doubt, any confusion, just remove that and go ahead with Jira. It will be very much useful for you.
Okay, sir. I will ping you by tomorrow about the project.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Actually, some people, many people also got confused like you, and they thought that why I have to learn Jira and all. So they are going to really miss a lot of things because Jira is something mandatory. Someone is to know. If not Jira, any other equivalent tool you have to learn because your first assignment will happen through Jira only. So when you join an organization and they will assign a work, right? That work assignment will happen through Jira. And if you don't know Jira, if you don't know where your stories are, where the bugs are, where your dashboard is, right? Then you how you will do the work? Your manager will say or your lead will say, they log into Jira and go through that stories which are assigned to you. Now, how you will go through the stories and how you will start your work if you don't know Jira? Getting the point gradually, I hope.
Yeah. I got it.
Uh, Vaibhav, are you there, Vaibhav? Okay, what I'm going to do is I will rotate the names once again, people who missed or joined late. Akshata,
Yes, sir.
want to update or you did already?
I did, sir.
Sorry. Amrit,
Yes, sir. No problem.
Amarjit, Amarjit,
Hello.
yeah.
So I also learning the Jira confusion is created. Jira, I don't know. Basically, before I use Agile, Jira not use. That's why confusion created. I
Okay,
also learned the Jira.
okay, not an issue,
Yeah.
but you are able to explore and learn one by one, right?
Jira, yeah.
You believe me, whether you continue with
Also,
it.
also create one project and backside also create one project, a API based project also create.
Okay,
That's
good, good.
DevOps
Yeah, I
and
mean you can
Jira.
you can
I
you can
learning.
practice anything. That's why I made it very flexible. That anything you think it is an epic, as per the definition I gave, you create it as an epic and
Yeah.
stories, and then under that task, so that you will get hands-on. You have to, you need some time to practice it.
Yeah, first time that's why Jira I not used before. That's
Correct.
why.
Correct. For first time only, it will take
Mm.
little time. Once you do it
Yeah,
for at least few days or 1 week, then it will be very simple.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I also tried.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
So just wanted to tell whether any one of you, whether you are continuing with GTS as an intern or not. But even if you have learned in 2 days Jira, that is going to help you for lifelong in your career. Okay. So take that positively. You take it and learn it. That is good for you.
yeah, sure, sir.
Okay, Amarjit, anything else? So regarding your activity in DevOps, anything you want to update?
Yeah. No,
No.
project is completed, but DevOps part is not uploading part is not completed.
Okay, so you are
I
not
create the project,
in
but uploading. No, I create one microservices project, API based project, and deploy part is not completed.
deployment is not started. Okay.
Yeah, I completed it tomorrow, no problem.
All right. Then whom else did I miss? Priyanka Kumari, you joined later. You want to update? Priyanka?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir. I have created and I am also trying, but I did not deploy till now. I have explored the things microservices and on EC2 instance server and all, but did not complete it till now.
So, guys, I think we are done with most of you. Okay, we will go through the demo, which is on Kubernetes. Okay, before that, yeah. Anybody else has any point to make? If no, then we are going to go ahead with the demo.
Sir, I didn't connect it in the last time. Like my network has an issue with the
Yeah,
laptop has an issue with. Yes.
Yeah, you can tell now.
Sir, yes, sir. Coming to what we call deploying the microservices in the AWS, I've just created a EC2 instance and pulled a pulled a microservice application from the GitHub, and I'm working on the script in Jenkins itself. So I'll be submitting that, or else I'll be trying to finish it in a couple of hours, and I'll be get back to you with that. I thought of presenting it in my laptop, but I'm unable to because of the network issue. Apologies for that, but I'll definitely try to submit it by end of this
try
week.
to complete it today, and if
Yes, sir.
possible, I will try to see you tomorrow.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. I'll send you via mail or else the WhatsApp. Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, cool. So let's start with Kubernetes. Kalam.
Okay, sir. Okay. So can I present that?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, guys. My name is Abdul Kalam. So today I'm just presenting Kubernetes architecture. If there any mistakes, you can tell, okay? Because I have learned this from my research and through online. Okay? 1 minute. Let me share it. So I think it's visible for everyone, right? So can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello?
Yes, yes. You had any question for me?
The screen? No, sir. The screen is visible, right, sir?
Visible. Yes, visible.
Okay. Okay. So this is the Kubernetes architecture cluster. So before I'm explaining about Kubernetes architecture, I will compare the Kubernetes architecture with the Docker. So it will be very easy and easy to understand. So can I explain about the little bit about Docker also? Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, sorry.
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. Sorry, I was not there. Yeah, please tell me.
So I will compare the Kubernetes architecture with Docker. So it will be very easy to understand for everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
So can I explain about Docker, sir?
Yes, yes.
Little bit.
Yes, yes.
So
no, not little bit. I mean, if you have the more details, you can go ahead in deep. Not an issue. Don't hurry up. Okay. There are many people who doesn't know about Docker, so take your time.
So I will compare the Docker with Kubernetes architecture, so it will be easy to understand. So I hope you that virtual machine and difference between virtual machine and Docker you know, but I will just go through that. The main difference between virtual machine and uh, Docker is like so in over the operating system there will be a Docker engine. So the on the Docker engine we can deploy as many containers as we want. We can deploy Java, we can deploy Nginx, we can deploy HTTP, any container we need. So in virtual machine we will in over the operating system there will be a hypervisor. So that hypervisor will uh, over that there will be two operating systems, small operating system. So there will it's like different. So um, mainly disadvantage of virtual machine is so it will consume more resource and it's not portable, it's not small, but it has more security and all. By comparing the Docker is small, so it's easy to portable, so it's less consuming of resource, so we don't need to worry. So but in virtual machine even it don't need it the resource, but it we have to allocate the resource of our infrastructure to a different virtual machine. So comparing with that, Docker is better, but Docker has so many disadvantages. That's why we need to study about the Kubernetes. So consider this is the Docker. This is the Docker architecture, and over the Docker engine there are 4 containers. It can be Nginx, it can be HTTP, any container, whatever you want. So you want to deploy any application into this container. So we can deploy any application whatever we want in this application. But we can't use this in an enterprise level or we can't do in a production level. So there are so many problems that can face if we are deploying through Docker. So to tackle that, we Google to tackle that we use Kubernetes. So Kubernetes has so many advantages. So this is the Kubernetes architecture. So before that, I will tell the what are the problems we face in the Dockers. So that's why we are using Kubernetes. So first of all, think that you are using we are deploying our company is a Netflix. Okay, so we are deploying movies application Netflix. So in any festival or in any events, sometimes we are putting a uploading a new movie, new famous movie. So the number of users will be more that day. So in any festival days, if suppose if it's any offer big billion day in Flipkart, right? So that time we will face some loading issues in the Flipkart or in Amazon. So in that kind of thing, the auto scaling is needed. So Docker don't have auto scaling. So suppose n number of users is coming, 1 lakh users is coming at the same time, but we only have 4 containers, or suppose we only have 1 container. In that way, our application is running, but we can't auto scale that. There is no option in the Docker default option for that. So there will be a problem. We will face a problem of in that kind of scenario. So that's one of the problem we face in the Docker. Another is load balancing. Even if it has 4 containers or think that 1,000 containers they have, but the load balancing there is no proper load balancing as a default in Docker. So the users will come into same containers. There will be so many congestion problems, so many load balancing problem. So Docker don't have that default load balancing problem. So in an enterprise level, it's very difficult for any application to be like that. And firewall like safety comparing to Kubernetes more safer to upload our containers. So and API gateways, they don't have default API gateway that like there's so many problems out there. That's why we are using Kubernetes. Uh, and another thing, Docker is a single point of failure. So anytime the Docker engine can be failed. So if we can't we can't communicate with the container if the Docker engine is failing. So that kind of problem is there in Docker. And so to improve this kind of problem, we use the Dockers to upload the application in enterprise level, in production level. We use Kubernetes. Kubernetes has more master node and worker node, or control plane and data plane. That's a two planes Kubernetes have. So in this, there will be container. The same thing, the Docker container, the same container will be inside their worker node. So think that we have 1,000 containers in Docker engine. Okay, 1,000 containers. We have to allocate the resource. Sometimes the 9,000 container we have. So sometimes the 9 container is there, right? So that container is not getting proper resource. So the container can be killed. Lack of resource can kill the container. So that kind of problems we'll face in containers. Okay, suppose that we have 1,000 containers. So someone killed our container, one of our container. So DevOps engineer in real time, DevOps engineer can't daily go and check like Docker PS, and they can't check like that. Daily they don't have to, they can't go and check which container is running, which container is not running. So to tackle this, in the Kubernetes, we have auto healing, auto scaling, like that. So many options are there. Auto scaling is like without any manual intervention, without any so if one container is not running, so Docker, one container is stopped. So a DevOps engineer need to go and again have to apply like Docker chart, Docker chart container ID. Don't need to manually intervene. The automation of that happens in the Kubernetes. So that's why Kubernetes is better than using Docker. So auto scaling, so many, like if we are telling like that, so many features are there in Kubernetes. Oh, okay, suppose one container is dying. So in Kubernetes, there is API server. API server will roll out the container before that container by using replica set before that container is dying. Like so many advantages is there. So that's are the advantages of Kubernetes. So I will explain about the Kubernetes cluster. And this is the master node, this is the worker node. So in real time, there will be, in real time enterprise level, there will be 3 masters or multiple hundreds of worker nodes. It's just an example. For just an example, I'm showing 2 worker node and 1 master node. The master node control plane, also called control plane. In control plane, the main things are API server, control manager, scheduler, and etcd. I will explain you about that. And in data plane or worker node, in worker node there is kubelet, kube proxy, container, pods, container runtime. Okay, so these I think you got the idea about what are the problems we will face if we are deploying the application in Docker, and why the Kubernetes is better than Docker. So I will explain about the Kubernetes. Okay, so Kubernetes, this is the kubelet. Kubelet is responsible. If you are telling, kubelet is responsible for a pod or container. Inside pod there will be a container. So responsible whether it's working or not, and it will inform the API server. So kubelet is the in worker node, kubelet is the elder. We can tell that a family head in the worker node. Okay, not in the Kubernetes cluster. Okay, it is the responsible for the monitoring of the health of the containers and inform it to master node. So API server always contact the kubelet to know about this kind of thing. So in another thing is the kube proxy. So kube proxy is like for network. It will there in Docker it is defaultly bridge network is there. Bridge network is the default network in the Docker. So in the worker node, it is queue proxy for networking, allocating IP address, load balancing. Everything is controlled by the queue proxy in Kubernetes worker node. So in container runtime, okay, container runtime is another thing in the Kubernetes worker node. Suppose container runtime is used to run the Docker container or run the container. So in Docker, we have the container runtime in the Docker, we have Docker shim. Okay, in Kubernetes we can use Docker shim, container D, cry O. So many container runtime is there in the container in Kubernetes. So example, like to run a container, we need a container runtime. So everyone will have why this is container runtime we need. Suppose we are deploying a Java, but Java needs container runtime. Java runtime. So sorry, Java runtime. If we don't have Java runtime, it's kind of dependencies and liabilities. So when we are telling a Docker will help to deploy the application by dependencies and liabilities of the every application we are deploying. So it will help to deploy the application. So like that, we need the Java runtime to run Java. Like that, every container needs Docker. In Docker shim is the container runtime. In Kubernetes, we can use the Docker shim, container D, or cryo, like that. So container runtime is to run the container. And another thing is the pod. Pod is kind of wrapped over the container. So it will allocate like IP address and communicate. Another thing is the pod will communicate to pod through IP address. And sometimes inside a pod there will be two containers. So the container, suppose the container can share the memory, share the storage, and share the information between them. So sometimes in some cases there will be two containers inside a pod. So that's a pod. Pod is a wrap over the container. Okay, and kubelet I have already explained. Kube proxy also I already explained. Network and IP address. And another thing, kube proxy is allocating the network and the IP address and networking and load balancing everything by using IP table. Kube proxy is using IP table to use this kind of thing. So we'll move to master node. In control plane, in master node, there is the core, the heart of the Kubernetes is the API server. The API server is Kubernetes using API server to communicate to worker node. It is the one who decides everything. It's the heart of, even if in human there, if we don't have heart, means we can't live, right? So API server, if suppose API, if something happening to API server, we can't communicate. The user can't communicate to the master node or worker node. So that's why there will be a replica set of API master node. So we don't have to worry about that in enterprise level. So API server is the heart of the Kubernetes. It decides. And another, it exposes the cluster to outside the world, communicate to master and worker, communicate to developer, communicate to outside, everything. It's the one who exposes to outside. Okay. So API server is the heart of the API server. If we are telling freely, it's communicate with everyone. You can see in this diagram, right? And another thing is control manager. So control manager. So I told you that we have replica set. So replica set is like now think that a container is failing or container is dying. So there will be a replica set of that container. So when the container is dying, before that dying, where the kubelet will inform the API server. So the API server will roll out a new container before that dying. So we don't need to worry about the container when the container is dying or stopping, when it's not working and all. So the controller is to manage the replica set of nodes and namespace. Namespace is like a resource allocation. Resource is allocating the resource for different purpose. So it's kind of thing the control manager do. And scheduler. Scheduler is the another option in the master node. Schedule where we have to deploy the node, where in which node we are in which node we are deploying the pods and all. The scheduler will schedule that. And is etcd. Etcd is kind of backup information of the cluster, configuration data, everything is inside. It's like a blueprint. It's a backup. Suppose if you want to know the information sometimes after tomorrow, you need to anything, you directly go to etcd, and it's kind of made by key values, store key value pairs. The etcd is made of that, and that's are the things we in the master node. So API is the heart. API is the core of the master node, and scheduler is the one who schedules the pods in the nodes, and etcd is the backup information of cluster and configuration data, everything. It's the scheduler. And controller manager is the which one, replica set and namespace, everything managed by it. And another thing, there is another thing also, cloud control manager. But in this architecture there is not that thing. But there is another thing in the master node, cloud control manager. It is, suppose, okay, I will tell you in a example, easy way, so you can understand. So I'm Kalam or Gore technology. There are so many cloud platform, right? AWS is there, Azure is there, Google is there. So suppose tomorrow I am starting a cloud platform like Kalam cloud platform, Kalam cloud service, or Gore cloud service. So I need to support the Kubernetes. So everyone is using Kubernetes, so I need to support the Kubernetes. So I will create the logic, codes, and everything according to the Kubernetes cloud control manager and submit to it. So the my cloud platform will support the Kubernetes. That's why the cloud control manager is used. I think I have covered mostly everything, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Hello?
Yeah, team, if you have any doubt, please go ahead. You can ask.
So, okay, another thing is kubectl. Kubectl is a, in this, there is no kubectl photo. Okay. Kubectl is a command line, like to communicate with the Kubernetes worker node and master node, create, deploy, everything. Kubectl is a command line. So, kubectl. So, any doubt? Do you have any doubt, anyone?
Mayana, what is a kubeadium?
Sorry?
Kubeadium.
Kubeadium, now I don't think that everyone is using that. Before, everyone was using that Kubeadium and everything. Now in enterprise level, EKS, okay, distribution are there. Kubernetes also have distributions, like Kubernetes also one of the distribution, and OpenShift is also, they are also providing Kubernetes distribution, and JK, EKS, AKS, Azure also. Azure is AKS and AWS is EKS. So from my knowledge, I think now no one is, mostly people are not using QADM, something like that. I have learned about that before to install the Kubernetes, but now everyone is not using that, I think.
May I know what's the difference between cloud control management and the one you mentioned in the
Cloud
architecture?
controller. Okay, yeah, cloud controller, control manager, and cloud control manager. Right.
Share the diagram and.
Okay. Control manager. Control manager is a replica set. It's completely replica set. I told you, right? So there will be a container. So the same exact container will be there. So replica set is another container which is exactly
I've
another container which is.
I've got the point of control manager. And the word you said, like cloud control manager, there will be
Cloud
others
control manager. Okay. So what's your name?
Sai Keshav Reddy.
Okay. Sai. I can call you Sai, right?
Yeah, okay. Sai.
Tomorrow Sai is starting a cloud platform like AWS. Like, okay, think that Sai
Okay.
cloud platform or Sai cloud service. Okay, so you need everyone is using Kubernetes, right? So your cloud platform also needs to support the Kubernetes. So you have to create according to, like, you have to create the code and logic, everything, and we have to submit to the cloud control manager, like that. It has to be in logically code, everything has to be in according to that cloud control manager. Then
So
only
that
it will
it will
support
be
your your cloud service will support that your what Kubernetes. So
it's not
everyone
only for the Kubernetes,
also
but also the other services like EC2, S3. It completely for
so
everything.
EKS. So
EKS.
everyone like okay. So AWS is made their code and made that logic according to that cloud control manager. That's why AWS is able to support the Kubernetes. So everyone will use Kubernetes. The one who want to use the Kubernetes also use the AWS service. So they have the advantages of supporting the Kubernetes. Like Sai cloud service also will have the advantage. So that's the thing. So I hope you understood. So and another thing, I'm not an expert. I'm also a fresher who graduated last year, and I have learned this from through online. There are so many resources online through research.
I'm also one of them. I'm just 23 graduate.
So if you are asking something and I don't know something, so I can research that. Okay, what?
Sure. I tried to Google it in the background.
That's why I asked you. Anyone have any doubt? So I am not an expert. Okay, don't think that it's my
completely fine. Let's grow together, like.
Okay.
Let's work and grow together. Thank you.
Yeah, but I think that is the conversation we need, right? So once we ask questions with each other, we know what are the gaps we have, right?
What are the gaps we
can
have,
learn
right?
better.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And it's a good
very good
platform
presentation,
for that.
Kalam. I think, and that is the courage we need, right? Even if you know little and you are able to share it, and that improves your confidence, communication, and knowledge all. So very good presentation, right, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anybody wants to add anything to it?
Anybody wants to add anything to it?
Okay. Right. No, nothing is there. Anybody has any other point which you want to bring up? If no, then we are good for today. So guys, based on this last few days, conversations, whatever we had, so people whoever has shown interest, and based on that, there will be a shortlisting for the internship position. So you all who will be shortlisted, you will get an offer letter for internship, and you will have the guidance and all activities whatever we started, that activities will continue, and you will be practicing real time in our platform, and the applications which we will be sharing, they all will be using these all technologies. We have many ready-made applications which we will give you to explore, and also we will make you develop new applications, or develop new infrastructures kind of exercises which will give you real-time experience. And once you complete that internship, you will be getting experience certificate. And not only that, in between, once we give you the offer letter, you will be able to show that offer letter wherever you go for interview. And if you are getting a job, you are welcome to go there, and we'll be happy to give you the experience certificate as well for that. Okay, any doubt, any question? And people who either did not get enough time to participate in this process, they can apply later on, but we are checking whether you can do it right away in March selection process, or after 6 months or not. and people who understand that you have a really gap a lot, or you cannot do the things of your own and you want to opt for any training, so feel free to contact me. We are providing training on hands-on practices, theories, concepts in detail, where we will take you through all the journeys and make you expert people who are doing independently today. So once you take up that training, you will be able to do everything independently. So if you are interested, you can get back to us on that as well. So yeah, that pretty much for today. Anybody still, if you have anything in your mind you want to bring up, please go ahead. I'll pause you for a few seconds. Yeah, Lokesh, you can go ahead. You raised your hand.
Anyone from DS?
Yeah, there are, I think, 2-3 guys on DS who has actively participated in this group.
Okay, so I'll be interested to work on.
Okay, sure.
Sir, I had a question. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you like done, Lokesh?
Yeah.
Oh, you had a
Okay.
question in the starting
Okay.
which you wanted to ask, right, Fatima? Yeah, please share your screen and show me.
So I think it was like related to database, and I think I should like ask you privately about that because it's whole configuration and all. So would that be okay, or should I share
No, that
it
should
right
be
now?
fine. That should be fine. We can talk separately.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
will not make a big deal, right?
And yeah, another thing which I wanted to ask that will we be having a session tomorrow?
No, it was end
No.
today. So based on whatever conversations and interactions we had, and based on that, shortlisting will happen, and we are going to create a new group. Only the shortlisted people will be there in that new group, and this current group will still be there. If we have any important message to post in this group, we will do that. But not you won't expect spam messages as such. So we will give only the required information in this group, and selected people will carry on with the new group.
Sir, anyone is doing Python, sir? Like anyone is learning or are working on in this group?
In this group, I didn't see anyone on Python.
Okay. Okay, sir. If there is anyone you can contact, they can contact like this, like in a training session.
Yeah, if anybody is interested, we are they can do internship on Python as well. So that in data science and microservice or backend development, a lot of things are there which are done in Python.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Anything else, guys? So it was nice meeting you all, irrespective of whether you are able to continue or with this internship or not. But in this journey we will meet again. And if you need any help from my side, please feel free to contact me in WhatsApp. I will try to help my best. Thank you, and see you all again. Take care, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Take.